2, 1, go.
And it looks like we're live. So we're going to roll that way. Huzzah. Hello, and welcome to Wizards and Wine. I am your DM, Melinda. I have a group of people around a table who I've never met or seen before. So I'm just kidding.
Nice
to meet you.
Yeah. Right. Welcome to my house.
Yeah.
Hello, mate.
Right. Oh, yes, Sean, please hit that record button. Brilliant. Thank you.
We always want the red.
Yes. Okay, so let's start at this side of the table this week. Robbie, just give me a quick snapshot of who you are and the character you play. I don't need to go into detail about the character, just I am and I play.
I am Rob, and I play Heavy Long Drink.
Perfect.
I'm Roger. I play chicks.
I'm Mandy, and I play Amaryllis or Mary.
I'm Colin, and I play Les.
I am Sean, and I play Divot.
Incredible. So last week we had a heck of a week, but before we get to Colin and his recap of what happened, we need to talk about this incredible cocktail that has been put together.
That I already drank most of.
Perfectly fine,
Generally
man.
go.
I understand.
I was trying to save it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Let's
Let us start with the cheers.
Uh,
There we
cheers.
go.
Oh,
Cheers.
This is
Cheers.
supposed. This is supposed to be a frozen drink.
From a distance.
Right.
It's a COVID toast.
Yes.
This was supposed to be a frozen drink, but unfortunately, the way that frozen drinks are made is that they're immediately not frozen after you serve them, and they've been sitting on this table for a moment or two. Moscow is a wonderful version of tequila. The smokiness within it is inherent, and it does play wonderfully with no matter what you put it within. So what I did start with was started to make, maybe I'll make something a little bit more visceral. And I said, scratch that, let's make it nice and tropical. So instead, I went with the smokiness flavor of watermelon. I went and did a charcoal grill, grilled off some wonderful slices of charcoal, of watermelon itself, squeezed a little bit of that juice back into the puree that I procured at any fine establishment you'd be able to find. So watermelon puree. The smokiness does go all the way through the drink. The Moscow itself, a little bit of simple syrup, that's just sugar water, and 2 points of a simple sour mix. That would be, you could make it at home yourself with limes, lemon, sugar, and water, or you could buy it simply at a establishment. So the production of the cocktail wasn't hard. It was really the balancing of the flavors. Please enjoy us next time that you come to our table. Also, make sure that you have yourself a drink.
So what are we going to call this one? The smoky watermelon or the death of Lagden Longscarf? Sorry, Agdon Longscarf.
Blood in the water.
Blood in the water.
Hey, survey says.
That's perfect.
Yum. Very
Survey
good.
says.
Very good.
There we go.
And with that,
He picked the drinks.
Yeah,
He
I
gets
picked
to
the
pick the
mezcal.
name.
oh yeah,
You
that's
know what? I
right.
think that should be a thing.
Yeah.
Whoever picks the liquor of the week should be able to name it.
Well, I mean, unless the table comes up with a better idea.
Yeah.
True. We can veto.
Nope.
Do you know why? Because we're assholes. That's why.
Because I ain't so bright.
Right. Okay, Roger, Colin, Mandy, and Sean. I'm going to roll my big D20. Okay, let's start with Roger.
13.
Okay,
It's my lucky number. I haven't won yet.
Eddie.
Oh, me?
Yep.
Oh, sorry. 19.
Colin.
4.
Okay, Sean.
13.
God damn it, Sean.
I already
Colin.
said 13.
Colin? Oh, did you?
I said 13.
Okay, 12.
There you go. Better.
Colin, you got it again.
Hey, that's
I would-
3.
Right?
I would like to pass it to Roger.
Aw.
Because he has not had one yet.
Aw.
That's
It's
nice.
like we're in a team together or
Aw.
something.
My heart, it's melting.
I take back the asshole comment.
Dang.
We're lovely
For
people.
Colin.
Like we're friends or something.
For Colin.
Yeah.
It's Colin and a bunch of assholes.
Yeah.
New stream title? Question? No, I'm
Yeah.
just kidding.
A bunch of assholes.
My dear, can I change you?
Would you like your metal dice?
I'd like my medal.
Okay, I'll get you those together. Okay, go ahead, Raj. What are you thinking for the base liquor for the cocktail next week?
It's not exactly a liquor.
Oh no, what am I about to do?
Uh-oh.
Campari.
Oh, that's a good one. There you go. Good
a-
choice.
It's like a bitter,
Yep.
a bettering agent.
I can make
Oh.
great
Like
choices.
NyQuil.
Mandy does not like Campari.
That's okay.
Oh, no.
I'll bring my own.
However,
That's
Negronis
all
and
right.
Boulevardiers are some of my favorite. So
That's all right. The way this guy makes his drinks, he can hide it.
I'll find something fun. But
Yeah. You don't have to hide it on my account. But I'm excited to see what you make.
if I can figure out tropical Moscow, I mean, like,
Oh yeah.
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 No
And-
kidding.
Also, you
It
didn't
works.
talk about what you put around the rim of the glass.
oh yes, simple. It is a sugar that has a dilution of what all did I have in there? Chili powder.
I was going to say, it tastes chili something.
Yeah, right. Chili powder's in
The
there.
rosemary?
Also, no rosemary. What are you?
Saffron.
Saffron. That's correct.
Saffron?
Yeah.
Ballin'.
All right.
Jeez.
Yeah. Salt, sugar,
Just
chili
Sprinkle
powder.
saffron on stuff.
Yeah, right.
That's an expensive room.
Saffron,
Right?
And
That's a rim job.
yes, it is. Yes, it
Where's
is.
where's the button? Where's the rim
But,
shot?
Right.
button?
ciao.
You're welcome,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
everyone.
Yep.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Just go down and hit them all.
I mean, I've been.
I did
wanting to
that
push
once.
buttons.
Was that all that was in the rim?
Yes, I believe so. Saffron, chili powder, cilantro. Yeah, that's
Salt
definitely
and
enough.
sugar.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
definitely enough. No, there's more in there, but that's just because I'm, I get into a way, then I get
It's the
lost.
spice cabinet.
No.
You black out.
Yeah.
That's from tasting so many of the drinks. To get them out.
That last one was a doozy.
Dude, okay, that was weird. Not me grilling watermelon. You know, like, that's not the weird part.
No, grilled watermelon's good.
Grilled watermelon's awesome.
Yeah. Fantastic. Okay. With
Sorry, table.
yes, and we promise. I know that we haven't done it yet. I don't know. This is what our fourth cocktail, and we haven't done any of them online. We haven't posted a
Oh,
recipe.
yeah.
We haven't posted a video of how to make it. We're on promise. We're working on all of that stuff coming.
Oh yeah, I mean, all these are like literally
Drinkable.
ounced out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
this is completely recreatable at home. Like,
Yeah.
this is
Nice.
not just a little. It's not a little bit of this, a little bit of that. This is I've made all these cocktails that you've seen completely ounced out to the nth degree.
He uses the scientific method.
We'll have
He
to
is being
backlog
creative
some
with
of it.
Yeah, measuring apparatuses and everything come out of the drawer, and it's just it's a wild time in the kitchen. And you call me the witch. It's you, sir.
Oh my dear, I'm a warlock.
Yeah,
If you meet my patron,
I have. Anyway,
that's parent.
I was gonna say.
all right. Yes, Colin, please save us from a tequila fueled table,
I'll do my best.
please.
Last time on WNW Vegas Edition, we go through our various pregame rituals and we are off. We find ourselves on a wooden causeway near the Brigands Tollway. Well, 3 of us do. Bevy and Trix fall through the wood, courtesy of some poor rolls. Divot and Les notice and turn back to help. They alert Amaryllis, who sends Moose, the OSHA rep, to check out the structural integrity of the wood. After a favorable review, Divot and Les assist Trix and Bevy in escaping. Amaryllis then notices a UCF, unidentified cloaked figure, walking next to the group. She makes the rest of the 5 aware. Les blows the hood off the figure, revealing AGDON LONGSCARF in the flesh. Their leader revealed, we hear 2 boats of herringons playing bagpipes approach. Bevy matches their tune, and we officially meet AGDON LONGSCARF, owner of a long blue scarf, granting some kind of magical speed. After some verbal jousting, Bevy challenges AGDON to pickpocket our friendly neighborhood Divot. The crew prepares for the challenge by utilizing a variety of abilities to buff Divot, who successfully catches AGDON in the act without any of our bonuses. Divot gives AGDON a love tap with a sword, who responds by getting weapons from his friends and says, 1v1 me, bro.
This is not our fault.
Come on,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, right? This is not our fault.
We were playing.
Yeah.
The Freaky Five collectively perform AC, D, and DC, while Divot fights AGDON.
ACDC.
I was proud of that one.
It was well done. It was well done.
Divot turns invisible after taking some massive damage. Bevy insults another bystander to justify joining the fray. Once successful, he heals our boy Divot. Divot gains the upper hand after a timely crit and sends AGDON face down in a pool of blood. Agdon defeated his bunny's retreat, not wanting to see what becomes of their leader. After some internal struggle, Divot thrusts his sword through Agdon's back, finishing him. Divot takes the scarf by right, and we investigate Agdon's throne. Each member takes an item of
I
interest.
love that you wore the scarf. I love that you wore the scarf so much. It just makes me
Yes.
so happy. Fuck my
don't know
drinks.
if
That's
there
awesome.
I don't know if there was a whole lot of internal struggle with Divot on the side.
Well,
of
we'll
it.
we'll find that out. We'll find that out.
Fair
Yeah.
point, fair point, fair
Yeah.
point. And now, oh my brothers, let us step back into the road and lose our feet.
Fantastic. I know. Round of applause.
Hey.
Yeah, so
Very
good.
cool. Very
All right.
cool.
So there's a couple of different ways that we can handle today's episode, and I have decided on a path for today's show. So let us.
Be successful.
Awkward resistance.
Natural 19.
Yeah. Oh, good. Natural 19. All right.
The big dice does that stuff.
So, as you hear the wailing of the Haringons, get further and further in the distance from where you guys are, because you're still just at the very edge of the Brigand Tollway. You hear the wailing and the mournful sound now of the bagpipes, kind of fade away into the distance, and really witnessing the grief of the 6 Haringons, 3 on each of the rafts that were surrounding you guys on each side. It was really kind of, it was gross to watch the depth of this grief display that they had for Agdon. It was
Like,
it
put
was
on?
no, but it was just like they felt this loss of their leader, like in the depths of their bone marrow, is how deeply they felt this. It
We
was
killed their Sanguinius? Really?
what?
Oh, God.
Do you want me
Okay.
to?
No, I'm just worried about the fallout. That's
Me
all.
too. It's coming.
Yeah, it's coming.
I mean-
Consequences of our own actions.
I mean, there are 2 ways to play through the Wild Beyond the Witchlight. You guys have chosen the second, so
Well,
that's
Divot,
the way
you-
that we're gonna go.
You 1v1 the strongest one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
now you have some.
And he was
power.
burning you with a
I mean,
brand.
I mean, I-
100% justifiable.
As far as I'm
Yeah.
concerned, he now owns all the rebels.
Oh.
I agree with that statement.
Yeah.
Well, let us find out what happens in today's episode.
I Divot, your leader.
What kind of magical bunny powers does Divot acquire?
Yes. So you each also got to the top of the tree stump that's in the middle of the tollway, and you did each collect an item out of various piles of quote unquote junk that they've collected. And I did send each of you a message to tell you what your item was called, what it was, and that I don't think breaks the rule of not telling you guys everything about the items when you get them. Like I know there's some cupcakes out there. I know that there is. Did you guys end up with a bottle of wine, or was that the other group?
Other group.
Other group. Okay, so they
Yeah.
have a bottle of wine that they don't know what that does. Yeah, there's a couple of things there. I think you guys have a pouch of pixie dust, though. Does somebody have?
I
that?
never
We
saw
have
this much.
somebody got a
Pixie Kingdom?
Mandy got a rusty bag
Yep.
I
or something.
wrote
Yep.
You got a backpack of some kind.
Yeah.
Tricks.
Yep.
I do not remember what you 2 got. You got a long scarf. I think that's pretty good.
I also got a.
Divot got a new dagger.
Yeah, he got a new
you did get
dagger.
new
dagger of
dagger.
venom.
What did Bevy Long Drink get?
Shoot, I
Bevy
just
got
listened
a
to
dapper
it.
hat.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
the,
right.
The
Yes.
dapperest of
Dapperest
hats.
of
The
hats,
dapperest of hats.
Even
You
more
have a new
dapper.
hat.
Well, I
Yes.
had to
Even
take my
more
glasses, but I
dapper.
looked at
So
it and I
much
thought
more
it said
so.
a
Hold on.
diaper
I'm
hat.
going to
And then-
look at Les and be like, you have to tell me honestly. 1 or 2?
Which one's the new one? I can't.
Well, you tell me. You have them in your
Well,
hands.
Obviously, the one that's more dapper would be. Well, the new
Yeah.
hat's going to be 1.
Yeah.
And remember, the one I'm taking off is ridiculous.
Yeah.
1 or 2?
Can you go again?
Yes, yes, yes. It's very important. 1, strike a pose. Or 2, I'll try to strike the same pose.
Oh yeah, 100% one.
You're kidding me.
No, one.
Oh, that's fantastic.
It wasn't close.
For a moment, I'll throw it away and be like, oh, it just seems like such a waste.
Les goes and
6.
Les goes and picks it up and like puts it on Amaryllis's head.
Oh.
Fashion.
Oh, that's right. So just because you don't have fashion sense doesn't mean other people don't. You look fantastic. Put on my new hat. Does it actually bring you an
So
outrageous joy?
Yes, it does.
It's really smart, Les. Because that's her bane, right?
Yeah.
She has no fashion sense.
It-
I mean, this hat looks great on everyone.
you should probably also detail the feather that you have in your hat.
Oh, no,
fair point.
I'm taking back.
Oh, you're taking back the feather? Okay.
There's already a feather. This is a secondary feather. That's a moment, please. A moment. It looks even better now. Feather back in my hat. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
No, there's a big flowing purple feather. I mean, it's very nice. It's
Yes.
from a peacock that I've met in Barbados.
Barbados.
This was a time as a shelling.
You got a thing for birds, my man.
I don't know what you're speaking of.
It's the eggs. I get it.
Oh my
No
gosh.
idea. I mean, I'm
We're going all the way back
I'm
to-
friendly with penguins, but
We're going to talk about Shelley already?
yeah, keep her name out of your mouth.
You brought it up last time.
Certain things are spoken within the show, but stay within the show. Well, it's a very nice scarf. Speaking about fashions, I mean, it suits you quite well.
Thank you. It's comfortable.
Yes.
It looks warm.
It's a little too warm.
I can hang on to
That's
it.
that's the mezcal.
That's the mezcal.
I do have a question for you, though. I reach around and I go for a rock and be like, all right. I'm a fairly good thrower. I'm going to try to catch this. And I'm going to launch it twice as far as you normally could travel.
Okay.
This thing doubles your speed, right?
I'm going to attempt to run.
Yeah, I'm just giving you a quick hello.
See what it does.
I'm still having a little peek at something real
Let me
quick.
turn it on. Where's the on button?
Where's the on
Well,
button?
yeah, I mean, that's part of this. Like, does he have to attune to it, or, like, is it natural, or...
Or am I like cut it up and give it to everybody?
Yes.
I think I do think we established last episode that if
Lose its power if we did that.
indeed.
Yeah, the bits that you cut off of it don't
Yeah.
retain any magical properties.
But I can use it for fashion.
I knew that was coming.
You already have that.
So it won't ruin the full thing.
I don't care about the powers.
I
I
just
just
wanna-
want a chunk of it.
$8 on Amazon.
Noted. I'm gonna show up in 2 weeks with like just a square of it.
Send it back.
I have gotten this from Amazon.
Get one of those little
Amazon.
swatch cutters.
Yeah, exactly.
Just walk up behind him.
In the mid-stride, like, whoa.
As we walk through brush and
Right.
pieces fall off,
Right.
I'm just behind picking them up.
Actually, I think they got addressed last episode as well.
Okay, so Sean, give me an Arcana check.
Ooh.
Most arcane. The
Yes.
check.
And once you have that number, I want you to give me an athletics check.
Multiply it by 12, divide by 600,
I mean, I'm kind of getting there.
and then get the square root of pi.
One number at a time. Okay. Arcana is 11.
Okay.
3.1. Damn it, you beat me.
3.16159,269.
So 11, and then give me athletics.
2, 3.
3.
That was
Okay.
a solid roll,
I
my
can stop
man.
using the stupid.
Roll.
I know. I know.
Roll.
I need to. Yeah. I know.
Roll hard dice. Or you can change the design of your dice and roll 20. And it I don't know why, but it,
It smokes out the bad
D&D
juju.
Beyond.
yeah, it seems to. Did I say roll 20? I meant D&D Beyond. Sorry.
We were talking about
roll
Roll20
dice.
earlier
Yeah, that's right.
because I got all the cool shit.
Yeah, that's great. What a score, dude.
Roll20 Con is going on right now.
Let me see. That was.
If you're a pro subscriber, go in and get all your free shit.
Enticing.
And you know what?
Everybody loves free shit.
I'm going to put
Moving that away from
a
China.
twist of
Yeah.
sleight of hand on this roll as well. So give me a sleight of hand roll
Oh my
too.
gosh, we're doing calculus.
A little twisted
Please.
cane.
Yes. Sine of the sleight of hand over cosine.
Cosine, tangent. What's the other one?
Cosine. My credit's fine.
Those are three.
What?
Those are the three.
It
What?
would have been
Sine, cosine, and
18.
tangent are the three.
Sign. I didn't hear you say sign.
Okay,
Sorry.
I'm sorry, say that again? I got lost in my,
Oh, sleight of hand.
Should be high for you.
Yep, that's a good one. Or not.
13. Oh,
Eh,
13?
better than nothing, though.
Okay.
I know.
I
All
already
right.
made my piece.
So for Bevy, I would like you to give me an athletics check, please.
Oh.
Can it be acrobatics?
No, I need it to be athletics,
I'm a
please.
surprising acrobatic turtle.
It's to see how tight the spiral of your rock is.
Yeah.
Oh. 16, 17.
17.
Whoa.
Okay. So, Bevy, you grab a hold of this rock and you have the conversation with Divot. You make the plan. I'm going to throw this and you're going to go catch it.
Let's see how fast you've just become.
And you throw the rock. And I mean, you put all of your shell into this one.
I got some spiral.
Yeah.
The fingers release.
Yeah. Like as it goes, it whistles a little bit. There. Thank you. And Divot, perhaps you're still coming to, I don't want to say coming to terms with being a murderer because I don't think that's exactly how it all shook out. But you have just killed someone. And perhaps you are not quite ready to be jovial quite yet. Like it's been about 5 minutes. So perhaps you missed the invitation to play catch
yeah.
with Bevy. But he sends the rock, launches it. And you, yeah.
Oh, so
And you look to Bevy, you look at the rock, you look to Bevy, then you look at the rock, and you take off. Not as quick as Agdon was previously, and you don't catch it before it does fall into the swamp. But you do notice an extra, we'll call it a bounce in your step as you run. You do feel some kind of improvement, but perhaps a little bit more time with the scarf will help.
It's all right, dear boy. Your wind resistance has obviously changed with the scarf. I mean, perhaps you would lean pulled to the left.
Not quite as aerodynamic.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's the weight.
If I
A little
turn into
flappy
a
in the
cheetah,
back.
we can race.
You can do that.
that would be fun.
I do like cheetahs.
If anyone gets bored.
I thought it was cougars.
No, I'm quite old. A cougar would be ancient.
You did.
I just meant like the cat.
Most of us are.
It'd be more of a mountain lion, really. I mean, like that'd be a bigger.
Yeah, they're cool too.
It was a parrot.
I mean, who doesn't like a little bit of foliage? I guess I'm coming to terms with this myself.
Can I wager some money that I would beat you in a race?
What is
Like some gold?
No.
Actually,
Why?
this teaches you how to use the
Aw, man.
scarf. So
Mary's got a gambling problem.
Yeah.
That's a little judgmental.
That's observational.
Don't
I have
be
very
mean to
high
Mary.
perception.
I mean, is there a rock small enough, like flat enough, that I could use as a frisbee that she could also catch in her mouth if she won?
Jeez.
That's a good way to take some free damage. So.
Yeah, right? Yeah. I'll make you guys a deal. Give me to the tavern, and we can have all sorts of games.
Yay.
All right.
Deal?
Tavern sounds
Sounds
fun.
good.
Deal
no
struck?
dumb shit till we
Let's-
get to the
I-
tavern.
Let's go.
I look over.
Then we
I look
can do
over to
dumb shit
Divot
after
and I
we
say,
drink.
Divot.
Mary, throw the
That's
rock
how it
towards
usually
the
goes.
tavern.
Yeah.
Les looks over at Divot and says, "Divot, you look like you could use a drink, my man."
Definitely.
All right.
Yes. By the way, that was a fair duel. In fact,
Oh, yeah.
Even the other the companion joining the gentleman's scarf that you don't wear, he was provoked by me, but there was nothing that made him do his choice. In fact, he broke the honorable duel. You should feel in no way negative about this.
I don't feel negative.
You did it. You still got a little bit of blood just on the side there.
It fuels my hate fire. Leave it there.
Oof.
I wasn't going to touch it. I was just letting you know.
Hold on, though, like, instead of like doing scribe, I take for the first time.
Sorry, Olaf.
Did he
I
die?
knocked a light over, and he just like with like AGDON LONGSCARF like took off.
Olaf is not a
Poor
fan
little
of
thing.
noises.
He's not a fan of noises. Yeah.
And for the first time, I'll take the quill and scroll out of the air, and actually as we're walking, instead of having scribe write it. I'm gonna, because I think that a lot of people will look at us badly on this. I'm gonna tell the honorable duel, and I'm not gonna exaggerate or anything. Like just the honorable duel of Divot and Longscarf.
Okay.
And I'll start pinning that out.
That's great. All right. So as you guys continue along the
If one run-on
Brigand
sentence
Tollway,
with no punctuation
you come
or
down
comma.
off of the stump on the other side and continue along your way. It's about 300 feet to the other edge of the Brigand Tollway because the tree stump is right in the middle of everything. And as you near the edge, you hear and feel like a thump. Thump.
In front of us or behind us?
It's kind of omnipresent. It feels like it's coming from everywhere all at once.
Debbie, you're walking kind of
Does
heavy.
it sound like bagpipes?
It doesn't. There are no bagpipe sounds coming with this one, but you hear it, and then it's like a pause, and then you hear another, and then there's a pause, and then you hear another, and it's a pause, and through the fog, you start to see something in the shape of a house
Good.
breaking through the fog,
That
and you
sounds
hear it again every time you hear the thump. This building, this structure, looks like it's coming closer to you.
I'm gonna go over to Divot and Geiger counter him.
Beam.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Do we beep towards the house?
I mean, it's the beep is coming from something beyond the house, but it is in that same direction. Do you know what I mean?
Hell is that?
Yes. And this structure comes to a stop. And it kind of shimmies a little bit, like it's getting excited about having a rest. You know, like, well, this looks like a nice spot. And it sinks down. Its foundation hits the ground, and it just kind of settles in. And the doors pop open. Windows on the second floor pop open. And the sounds of merriment and drinking can be heard coming from within.
Wow. This is very Alice in Wonderland.
Right?
I really
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Baba Yaga's Tavern.
It's kind of a takeoff of that, for sure. Absolutely.
Wasn't our stuff held by a hag and a moving?
No, she walks around on a walking lily pad.
Oh.
Yeah.
I remember it being- oh, okay.
Her house was on like stilts or something.
Yeah.
I didn't know that it was walking. per
Yeah.
se.
So this is another walking house.
Yeah.
But her house doesn't walk. It is on stilts, though. And her lily pad can crawl along.
Okay.
So the sounds would be something of, you said like
Of
tavern-like?
drinking.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Okay.
You know,
So we got
pints being
excited for a
clinked
second,
together.
but it's
and
not ours. This is,
Yeah.
And then I look at Les and I'm like, that drink? Can we do that?
Yep. Let's roll, bro.
All right. So you guys walk inside and you meet Sue Harabacks. Sue Harabacks. As you walk in,
You're
she.
so lucky I'm not playing another character.
I know. She is a little past middle-aged. She does have some gray streaks in her hair. It's worn in two braids that come down, in front of her. And she's wearing better than average clothing. It's not like designer. It's still off the rack, but it's very nice clothes compared to like the harsh linen that you would see, poorer people wearing. So she looks up and she says, "Welcome, travelers. Welcome to the inn at the end of the road. What can we get you?"
Alcohol.
"That we have in plenty." And she taps on the bar and,
Doesn't the road keep going? Because you just walk down the road and there was more road.
"Yes, but you see, now we're sitting in it. So this is the end of the road."
Okay, that makes sense.
Can I get a blood in the water, please?
Hey.
And she goes, "Blood in the water, blood in the..." It's been a long time since someone has asked for a drink of such sweetness and smokiness and flavorfulness. Yes, yes, give me but a moment. And she goes in the back, and you hear like all manner of weird and bizarre noises. Like there's like chipping sounds. Yeah, there's like a grill being brought to life. There's a whole manner of thing happening in the back. And she comes out, and she has 5 tankards. She took it on herself to get some for everybody, 5 tankards, and she sets them down. And she says, "This is done under the understanding of the rules of Hither." And she just slides the drink to you.
Do you have like a
You got like
perhaps
you got like a one pager or something?
handout?
We're kind of new here.
You're new here.
Yes.
Kind of.
My word, where are you from?
Elsewhere.
Yeah.
Elsewhere. Were you kidnapped from that horrible, horrible carnival?
We were
Yes.
purposely kidnapped.
Purposely kidnapped?
Well, everyone here has a missing piece of themselves, and we were told that a bunch of hags took it away from. But here,
Dear.
We want
So,
to see if we can get our stuff back.
so you're here looking for Bevlorna.
of
And
three-
as she says it, she kind of like looks around like,
That's one of them.
yeah. Well, I can tell you that you can find her in Downfall with the Soggy Court. They are bullywugs, and they are either loyal to her because they are terrified, or they're loyal to her because they really enjoy what she has done to Pressmere. And heaven knows, I hope that it's the former, not the latter.
she technically, I mean, would be somebody that you would actively get out of your way if she was coming.
Are you asking if I would shove her in the mud if I had the opportunity with no repercussions?
Yes.
Most definitely.
Oh God. One death a day is enough. I mean,
Do you know this used to be rolling hills and beautiful orchards and apple trees and fruit trees and willow trees? And now look at it.
There's still some willow trees.
Yes, but my goodness, you have to travel so far to see them.
We've been there.
You've been to Telemy Hill.
Yeah, and isn't that where we met a very small dragon?
Yes.
Little average
Well,
size. to a
that's where
small
we
dragon,
free
or-
an average sized small dragon.
Yes, average size small dragon.
And then we found Jingle Jangle.
Yes, a very good
Jingle
friend.
Jangle, how is Jingle Jangle?
Jingling and jangling.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
So much as usual.
She's actually fantastic.
So glad to hear.
I'm so glad you didn't kill her.
And
That's close, yeah.
we met intermediate, right?
Yes. Intermediate.
Intermediate.
Sorry, you've even lost me.
Middle.
Yes, yes. Oh, that's right. Center. Yeah, intermediate, yes. Bevy has he coughs on his pipe. He's like, oh, yes, yes. A tree in between are the twos. Right and
Neither
left.
here nor there.
Oh, yes. Right. Of course. Yes, left and right. How silly of me to forget about left and right. It's always middle that I deal with the most when we happen to come across Telemy Hill, you know.
Yeah.
Seems to be the center of attention.
Yes.
Bobo.
Yes, yes. Yes, of course. You get
Bardic
it, you get it.
inspiration by me.
Okay.
You have one.
She
Roll a
says-
6 whenever you need one.
So what were those rules you were talking about?
Yes, my dears. How long have you been here?
Like
I don't know.
2 days.
We haven't slept, have we?
We did take
Yeah,
a
we did.
rest.
We took our rest
We
on
did on
Telemy
Telemy
Hill.
Hill.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right,
so
in the safety of the trees.
Yep.
It's so funny to me that Jingle Jangle didn't help you to understand the rules of being here. But nonetheless, I'm sure that she had much on her mind. There are a few things. They call it the rules of conduct. Now, these rules were established, and she goes into this big, long story about how the rules were developed and put into place by Zablina. And she calls them the rules of conduct of Pressmere. And she says rule number 1 is the rule of hospitality. And she says that when a friend, an enemy, or a stranger enters your home, you are expected to be gracious and accommodating to them until such a time as they prove by their words or actions to be undeserving of such hospitality.
That sounds fair.
Interesting.
Scarf gets a little tighter. And then she says, rule number 2 of Presmere is the rule of ownership. You must not steal from a friend, an enemy, or a stranger. To take,
Dead.
Yeah, it's fine.
I was gonna say.
to take something that does not belong to you without the rightful owner's permission is a crime and an unforgivable breach of etiquette.
Well, honestly, all of us have been victims of thieves.
Yeah.
We sympathize.
Y'all got a herringon problem.
Herringon problem.
Yes.
Well, I mean, they do tend to cause a little bit of trouble here and there.
Apparently, it's one of your testaments.
It might be a little less trouble now.
We've definitely worked on that
This
one
is-
for you.
Tricks.
Yeah, I don't think this is the spot that we just give that out.
He's been talking about.
I've said nothing.
Les,
we don't
Les
wanna
reaches
kill
for the
another
bar
one.
and hands Tricks an alcohol, whatever, blood in the water.
Yeah, blood in the water. Okay.
Or a plate to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, please. And number 3 is the rule of reciprocity. I can't believe I said the word right. I never get it right for Halifax. Okay. When a friend or an enemy or a stranger gives you a gift, you are obligated to accept it. It is your obligation. But then you must offer something comparable in value, be it gift or service in return. Such reciprocation need not happen immediately. It could happen 10 years down the road. It could happen 3 days from now. It all just depends. Those are the rules of conduct here in Presmere. So with the rules now established, I give to you these drinks. And you look like weary travelers. Are you in need of rest, perhaps a bath? Looking at Divot, covered in blood.
Yeah.
That would be lovely.
Would a song be acceptable for the exchange for housing and clean linen?
Well, you know, a song to entertain my other patrons may not cover the value of all of the things, but it will certainly go a long way towards establishing a friendship, let's call it.
Two songs.
Yes, for reciprocity's sake.
Yes.
I know that it doesn't need to be made immediately, but honestly, I think most of us want to go back to our realm. Possibly not you, Trix. I know this is more home than you've been stuck in.
Oh, you are of the Feywild.
Notice the feet.
Yes. That was what gave it away. That and that distinguished little tail of yours.
It is quite nice. I brush it often.
Yes, I can tell you take very good care of it. Not a split hair to be seen.
All I need pictures of doing this.
Right.
I had the visual of Roger like trying to brush his tail. Like,
Like that awkward, like.
yep.
Well,
then
remember,
a
my
tooth gets
legs
caught.
bend the other way. So
Right.
It's a little easier for me to turn and twist that way.
Yeah.
Do you sit or do you stand when you brush your tail?
It's more of a halfway.
Squat.
Where it's a squat.
That's wonderful.
Nice.
That's
It
incredible.
feels really good, though.
Oh gosh.
Incredible. Incroyable. Okay, so she goes on and hands you each a key. So you each have your own room for the night. The lodgings aren't extravagant, but it's also not bare bones. You know, there's like 2 pillows on each bed. The beds are feather and down. They're not hay. The blankets look clean, like they have been washed, much better than perhaps a lot of the places where you would be staying on the material plane, basically free of charge. Mind you, I mean, it is expected repayment at some point down the road, but you know, this is far nicer than what you would expect out of the outside, because the outside kind of, I didn't really describe it, but it's whitewashed and it has the planks. I believe they're German or Dutch style houses that have that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can kind of show you a
It's like
picture of it.
cottagey.
Yeah, it's very cottagey. See here's the guy here. So these are the little feet, and it stomps along on those. And when it sits down, this part goes into the muck, and then like the door pops open and the windows all pop open and stuff. So,
So cute.
you guys, you get to your rooms, and everything is lovely. You've been invited to come back down for dinner. It is just a simple stew tonight, nothing too fancy. Some dumplings. She made them
Yes.
special just for Trix. Yeah, the night is yours. What do you want to get up to in the tavern?
I want to take a feather out of my pillow and put it in my hat to replace the one that Bevy took from that.
Down is down, darling. That'll be fine.
I'm just on the sly every once in a while, prestidigitation on divot to clean him up a little bit. Because it does 1 square foot at a time.
Right.
So just slowly. just keep-
Less notices and like prestidigitates a little bit of dirt on Divot.
It goes both ways.
Right.
It's like Sleeping Beauty, the two
Yes.
areas that are just like
Yes.
dirty, clean.
And Divot is not amused.
I'm usually shut down for most of my performances. No one seems to like it, but I would like to write a song about my new friends. And try
You know what? The floor is yours.
to,
Do as you will.
And it goes, hello. Is there anybody
It's me.
in
Oh.
there?" I was going a different direction.
I guess your curse of my ability to be an actor is truly there because I rolled a 3. I got a
Oh my
+5, so I got an 8.
You got an 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's just the ideas of like, just when we were coming in.
Oh,
we
I'm
were-
sorry. I thought you were like actually going to try to put together a little ditty for us here on the spot.
Had I had a 20, I would have done that. But
Oh.
an 8,
Oh.
they already failed.
Well,
Oh.
you know what? Your friends are around you. Everybody is casting prestidigitation. I feel like with that happening around you, you would be pretty inspired.
That's not what I was intending to do. But
Well, it's fine. Roll with advantage. Please roll again.
God. 21.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah, so 22.
22.
Yeah,
Okay.
God, this will be difficult.
So dancing lights.
What
Yeah,
rhymes,
yeah.
what rhymes with
Around
Divot?
Midget.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Is that?
There was.
Close enough.
Is it midget?
All right, I'll put it. Yeah, right.
I thought you said digit.
That too.
I thought she said,
I wish I had said digit at
I'm
first.
just filled. I have nothing prepared.
There's so many things that rhyme with Divot, and you chose a midget.
I resemble that remark. Not nice. I'm just a little short.
Sean is not amused.
He's the right size for his race.
That's what you get for not
Oh,
racing me.
man.
Yeah.
Divot starts to go invisible.
Yeah.
We began on the path of a snail. There was so much ale to be found. Friends upon a trail, and what could be abound? I continue. I can, but I'd prefer it if I'm going to write a song for us. I'll write a song for us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You don't want to. You don't want to just go ahead. And,
Yeah, I can, but like it will be better if I write it.
Do that wing
Yeah,
dingling
yeah,
thing.
And Divot drops a beat.
Yeah.
Mary walks over to Les and like tries to dance next to him.
But I do play. I play for an hour.
Okay.
23.
That's great. It's wonderful. Everybody is thrilled,
Trying to pay down. on
thoroughly entertained. There are even a few people who throw some coin your way.
tab. Then I'll
like a
throw
little
it back to her.
I cast
like,
mage armor on you. So you don't get hurt by the coins.
Good call. Good call.
Yeah.
Gunk.
Right. Roll for coin damage.
Yeah.
Divot slides in and grabs him.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Slides out.
My dear lady, I don't know how much that was a repayment because I don't know what it was worth, but if that puts a dent in our bill.
Well, you see, it's not a matter of repayment, at hand, but everyone seemed to enjoy it. So yes, of course, it will knock some of your outstanding tab, I suppose, down quite a ways.
Could you ever request payment? For example, just told me that.
Let us pretend,
Yes.
for example, that everyone here is having a wonderful evening and things are going very, very well. And then let us pretend that some Haragon brigands, charged through the door with swords drawn. Request for some adventurers to step in and help deal with said problem.
Oh, we're good at that.
More bunnies.
Interesting. Why would Herringham brigands ever come here?
It was
In
just
fact, at this point, you should know better.
it was just for example.
Oh, good.
Yes. I mean, I could have used the stilt walkers. I could have used the mud muffets. Muffets.
Muffets.
It's not muffets. It's muffets.
That's what you think.
So yes, requests for payment could come up during your stay.
So, that being said, is that true with every creature within this realm?
Well, I'm afraid I don't quite understand. Can you clarify a little
For
bit?
example, you have a court,
Yeah. Well,
an overseeing court. We've been told at least this.
an overseeing court.
Yes, there's an average-sized small dragon that.
Oh, you mean the summer court? You must have met Sir Tulliver.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sir Tulliver is wonderful. Wonderful. We love it when he comes to stay at
He's
the inn at
very
the end of the
nice.
road. He's wonderful.
We found him in a cage.
Interesting.
No.
Saved him from the cave.
Completely,
Yeah.
actually.
You saved him from
That's
the
why we went
cage.
to Jingle Jangle.
Oh, well, this next round of Blood in the Water is on me.
Hold on, did we just sell saving a small, average-sized dragon out of a cage for a round of
I
drinks?
don't think you understand what you have done. You have saved a member of the Queen's Summer Court. This is no small feat.
So
Oh,
what
he
good-
definitely had small feet.
Yes. Average-sized to
average-sized
small
small.
dragons. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, right.
He's averagely small. No, it's just so funny. For example,
Yes.
are you currently paying down his tab?
Whose tab?
This average small dragon.
Sir Tulliver. No. Sir Tulliver makes a point of ensuring that his tab is paid off before he leaves. He finds every manner of task to do here before he checks out.
That's not what I mean. I mean, are you providing more drinks in recompense for Sir Tulliver's being freed by us?
No.
So it's not a communal system of communally.
No,
Oh,
So
I-
you're
this
just
was-
being thankful.
Yes, this was simply kindness
Ah.
that I was extending to you as the rescuers of Sir Tulliver.
Les is like quite puzzled by this.
Yeah, right. Because
Yeah.
I'm not getting
Debbie
the bartering system
Debbie was
either.
going to go
No.
lock him up and free him again just to get more drinks.
Yeah, right. No, I don't think it would work that way because you'd lose the drinks after you locked them up. So giving them freedom,
But not if you use the invisible guy to lock him up and nobody knows who it was.
but you would.
I wouldn't say anything.
I don't
Divot grabs a drink and slams it.
Fantastic.
Les
Don't choke on the
sees him.
seeds.
Les sees him reach and like tries to beat him. He tries to beat him to the punch.
Oh man, no more competition.
Yeah. Gosh.
Okay.
He
Well,
doesn't understand it, but he'll take it. It's fine.
if one would want to cash in on this bartering system of your fantastic community,
Yes.
and apparently we have quite a lot of things to cash in.
Chips.
Chips, yes, as Lasses said. Where would one do that?
Oh, what do you mean? Like, are you trying to? I don't.
Well, what we really want, for example, Les, you've lost height.
Yeah.
And other than this magnificent hat on our friend over
And
here.
my key.
Yeah, and the key, which is actually fantastic. In fact, you're getting back your fashion sense since everything's going on, right?
It's a lot of character growth happening.
Yeah. I mean, I'll show you something else. Where are you?
Right here,
Where's here?
this spot.
Other than that, what establishment are you in?
Oh, we're in the
Eat at the end of the road.
at the tavern at the end of the street.
I thought you didn't know where you were ever.
It has
No,
remember-
I don't have direction.
Oh,
Which
which way is the door?
It's that way.
It's definitely not.
Definitely not.
Stop pointing at me.
Yeah.
I'm not the door.
Yeah. Right. And he should be
You could
really
be a
happy
dork.
right now, but he's not.
I have no emotion. I don't really have happy.
Yeah, right. Well, I promise you it's
It's
there.
actually quite
it's
sad
there.
that he can't be happy. But he can't be sad either.
Yeah. Although for a moment I saw you in a bubble, very,
Very
amused.
slow. Wee.
That was the beginning of our friendship.
Yeah.
I felt a moment there. That's different. Don't
Yes. We don't talk about
But
it yet.
so
Yeah.
It's great.
Don't let that come out of
You
your
know
mouth
what?
again.
I would know not to speak about it. I would know not to speak about it.
So I'm just sorry. I'm a little bit confused. You all seem to have lost something, but I don't know what the rules of conduct of Prismere have to do with things that you've lost.
Well, if
Because I certainly don't have them.
well, if reciprocity.
Well, we know you don't have them.
Well, that's true. But I mean, if one of the rules of Prismere is reciprocity, I mean, like, we have saved one of your council members, which would be quite a lot of reciprocity. coming
Yes, of
back.
course, of course, of
So
course.
can we cash in our reciprocity for a means to acquire our lost things?
A means to acquire your lost things.
You want her to help us get our shit back?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not much of an adventurer, quite frankly. I have a bad back and a bum knee.
Not you, but average sized small dragon.
Sir Tulliver.
No,
But I do not know where he is.
he's a little way.
Apparently, he doesn't care about some of your rules.
I disagree. You see, it must not be paid automatically or right away.
You did mention that.
Mm.
Yeah, he did kind of promise that he would help us if he could later on.
I
Very
can tell
vague
you.
promise.
I can tell you that Sir Tulliver does keep his promises. He has promised many things for the tavern at the end and at the the end of the road many times, and he's always come through.
What if he didn't promise you anything specific?
Well, I can assure you that being a member of the Queen's Summer Court, he would be more than generous with his repayment of any sort of favor. And quite often he comes up with the thing you think you need the least. Turns out to be the thing you need the most.
I thought you'd say that. I was going to stop right there.
Giant snail.
Giant snail.
We've been looking for one.
This is completely true.
Oh, well, I have not seen
Do you have cotton candy here?
cotton candy.
Yeah, it's a way to lure snails.
Oh, I
Cannon.
don't.
It's like hair, but it's made of sugar.
Oh, well, that does sound dreamy.
It melts on your tongue.
That sounds incredible.
That's why the snails like it. It
Oh.
doesn't melt them.
I must acquire some of this candy of cotton you speak of.
I tried really hard to get some.
It's true.
I
Dice
wasn't
said no.
successful.
Yeah, right? You saved a whole poor merry-go-round horse trying to get cotton candy.
I did.
So during this exchange, the door behind, I already forget her name, Sue?
Yes.
Sue. Behind Sue has opened and closed a few times. Obviously, somebody coming in and out of the door, but you haven't seen anybody come in or out of the door. You've just seen it open and close and open and close. And every once in a while, you hear like a rattle of dishes and things like that from behind the bar, and then the door opens and closes and opens and
Well, we're
closes.
kind of used to that with him.
Mm,
Yeah.
Walking around invisible all the time.
true.
The next time I notice,
Mhm.
I would like to throw pocket sand at the door.
Okay.
Nice.
That's a really good idea.
All right. Just give me a second because I want to do a thing, but I don't know if it's going to mess up something later. It probably will, but I'm doing it anyway because I just feel like this is the perfect opportunity to have this happen. Okay. So as this conversation continues and Sue continues to try to explain to you the rules of conduct and the rule of reciprocity in particular, the door on occasion does open and close. And Les, give me a perception check.
14.
14. Okay, no problem. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, good.
Okay, so you throw some sand at one point, and you just hear a bunch of like, almost sounds like something is trying to sidestep all of the sand, and then you hear a clatter of dishes fall to the floor, and then you hear a bunch of clacking noises. Do you know? Okay, so when people are go with me down this road for a second because I'm not sure what they're called. I think it's castanets, but I'm not sure.
Little symbols.
The
little
no,
things.
not the cymbals. The cymbals are in belly dancing, right?
Yeah.
But I'm thinking of the castanets, and I think that's in flamingo dancing.
Flamenco.
Flamenco. Yeah.
Flamenco,
Yes,
yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, so it's a little bit more of that like clacking noise, I guess. And you hear a whole lot of that, and you hear what sounds like the bits and pieces of the plates being kind of
It's like little tiny coconut
Is it
shells.
like
brought together.
wood
instead of-
Yeah.
Kind of, I don't know
Yeah,
what this is.
they're
Wood.
wooden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. I don't know what this is. I've never heard of it.
Yeah, so you hear
It's awesome.
that kind of sound, and then you hear plates and things being brought into perhaps a pile, and the door opens and closes, and you see like a broom handle going back and forth. You still don't see.
Yeah, I think I might have misunderstood this.
Like a
No, it's okay.
like a
I'm probably not explaining it very well.
No,
either.
like an
I thought
unseen servant kind of feel thing.
No, not an unseen servant kind of feel. Just
like invisible ducks kind of feel.
or
That's
Can I
terrifying to
Can I
me.
send Moose
Visible
over
crawfish.
the bar to look
Yeah.
and see what the noise is?
absolutely.
Yay!
Yep.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, so give me a. Do I want survival or do I want perception from Moose?
Oh,
Jeez.
I gotta pull up my
Yeah,
block.
pull up Moose.
James Moose is named a mule.
Right. Give me. Okay, first give me perception.
Okay. I am so sorry. Hang on.
That's okay.
What do you do, babe? You're blocking me.
sorry.
That was right in the microphone.
Right.
Oh, was it?
It's good though,
Oh
right?
no,
Good now, but
It's just tasty.
that's okay. What do you
wait,
got? What do
Oh,
you got?
that's a 7. I thought it was a 1.
Oh,
I've been trying to
Okay.
avoid doing that.
It's good.
What is a perception? Oh, that's wisdom.
Yep.
Yep.
That would be a 3.
a 3. You rolled a
Yuck.
3. Okay.
It's -4.
Oh, whoa. Okay. Ouch.
Whoa, wait a second.
Moose is
How
not
do you
very wise,
possi-
apparently.
How do you possibly have a -4?
Moose has a
Moose.
-4.
Yeah.
Moose
has a
isn't-
-4
Moose doesn't
Okay.
survive
for
well.
wisdom.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
All right.
Yeah,
So
he's got bad stats, unfortunately.
He's a mouse.
yeah,
Well, okay.
he's a mouth.
He's cute.
He's a little
Cute
mouthy.
mouse.
Okay, so
Oh wait, it says the mouse has advantage on wisdom. Oh, that rely on smell. Never mind.
yeah.
Got
Okay,
it, just kidding.
so you send Moose off, and he scurries over the counter, and Sue just kind of
Absolutely nothing.
raises an eyebrow and kind of moves out of the way so Moose can continue on
Moosing.
moosing. Yeah, I guess is the word to use. And
moosing ain't easy.
next thing you know,
You know, real mooses see real mooses.
a small scarecrow with the hands of a lobster and a pumpkin for a head
Clapper claw.
and Mouse
We've heard
sitting
of
on
this
top of the
person.
pumpkin comes around the edge of the bar and stands in front of I was going to say Mandy. No, stands in front of Amaryllis, and this very small childlike figure just puts claws on the hips and looks at you expectantly.
Oh, okay. I'll
Clapper
crouch
claw.
down.
Mr. Krabs.
How
Mr.
t-
Krabs.
Can you say how tall it is again?
Like child height, like
It's-
4 or
Okay.
5
it's
years old.
pronounced
So not
Pino-
like tiny. But
No, not tiny. And because nobody was looking over the bar, all you could see was the door opening and closing.
Right.
Right.
Okay. Got it. I was trying to look because
It's okay.
I feel like I can. I can communicate on some level. Is this okay, be patient with me for a second, because I always have trouble deciphering.
You all have been incredibly patient with me, so of course, yes.
I have trouble differentiating like fantasy creatures versus animals.
Okay.
Like where my druid skills would be appropriate.
Okay.
Does this? I guess I'll speak. I'll say, "Hi, what's your name?"
And it claps its claws at you.
Claps its claws at me. Okay. Do I have any sense of what this creature is saying to me?
Somebody, well, no, but somebody did give you a description. Oh no, you guys saw this creature in the stream, didn't you?
We saw this in a mirror.
We saw it.
No, on a roller coaster. We were
I
going
just-
through each other's spheres, and we saw this.
I have a bunch of notes. AGDON LONGSCARF is the leader of the Herringon Band Brigands. They live on the Brigand Tollway. Clapperclaw will help us find our way around the lands. He is a scarecrow.
I think
That's it.
I think
I think that covers that.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think we got like a
We
really
saw-
detailed
Yeah, but that works.
description.
I think we jumped a stream, and in the stream we saw a vision of Clapperclaw, and it just happened to be right after Jingle Jangle gave us a description of Clapperclaw.
Yeah.
But
Yes, because the dice just weirdly rolled it.
Yeah, it was a
Clapperclaw
random
seems
event.
to me
Yeah. It
was really
like
funky.
Some kind of
Yeah.
a construct, because it's a mixture of natural things and not natural things.
I feel like it creeps Divot out.
Possibly, yeah.
Could be
Makes
like an-
sense.
Can I
It
get
is a
another
pretty,
drink?
Actually,
Oh my gosh, it's so
we
cute.
are at the top of the hour. You want to take a little 5
I
minutes?
like it.
Oh, yeah, sure. Well, actually, our 5 is a 10 because, just in case everyone needs to cycle through the bathroom, I just wanted to give everybody that extra couple of minutes. So, God willing, it'll work, Sean. Just hit the 10-minute break button, and we will be right back. Remember, guys, we don't mute right away, so wait for us to be clear for you to start jabber-jabbering. Go ahead.
I'll jibber jabber right now.
Yeah, I know you're gonna
I
jibber
love that
jabber.
you're wearing this scarf.
Of course you're going to.
I forgot how
Check out what's been going on with the Pop Culture Cosmos Show and the PCC Multiverse.
My last movie that I saw in the theaters was The Last Skywalker. I know, condolences to me.
Wow, man. Right. I just had talked about that, and I completely forgot that I saw that movie.
Yes.
It doesn't speak great things about it, I suppose.
That's the Pop Culture Cosmos Show.
And the PCC Multiverse.
Catch our shows on Worldwide Radio 7 days a week and wherever you get your podcasts.
Well, hello, fellow travelers through the podcast airwaves. I'm Nathan.
I'm Jake.
I'm Jamie.
And oh, look what's this? Why, it's something we made I'd like to tell you about. It's Knight's Quest.
Knight's Quest is a fantasy RPG podcast where the three of us use dice and our imaginations to write a story together.
We're putting some wacky characters through whatever situations we can think of to tell an interesting story, and it's improvised, so we don't even know where it's going to go next.
Sometimes we buy socks. Sometimes we talk about bread. And sometimes we accidentally summon the god of chaos.
Just an average Friday here on Knight's Quest.
And with an original musical score for every episode, you won't want to miss anything that's happening in our story here at Knight's Quest, every other Friday, wherever podcasts can be found.
Yeah, we'll play some dodgeball and we'll get thrown in the dungeon by the king. It's fine. We'll do it all here on Knight's Quest.
Oh, this sounds brutal. I like this podcast. Oh, hello. My name is Pira. I come from the Emberclaw Pride, which is in the realm of Talia. I have to travel around with a group called the D&D Apocalypse Tour. We were chosen by the gods to sort out everything that's wrong with the realm. The group consists of an awkward Medusa named Minove, who likes to blow things up. We've got a very annoying evil cat who I hate, whose name is Salem, and a rather strange turtle named Thal, who has these very weird prophetic powers. And I can set myself on fire when I get very angry. So if you want to listen to our shenanigans, look for us, the D&D Apocalypse Tour, wherever you get your podcasts.
Quiet on set! Action!
Attention Deficit and Hyperactive Dragons, ADHD, is a real play D&D podcast following the events of four dumbasses and their friends trying their best to play a tabletop game.
My name is Audrey and I play Velvet the Herringon Ranger, who is just as lovable as she is batshit crazy.
My name's Caleb and I play Dr. Rosalind Rose Thompson, a bookish archaeologist with a taste for murder.
I play Xylus Ramsbottom, a delightfully stuck-up high-elf druid.
And I'm Daniel, the dungeon master for this wonderful mess. Check us out if you want a roller coaster adventure, poor decisions, good storytelling, and an indiscriminate use of spells.
Are you looking for a D&D podcast with a dark side? Something more like Game of Thrones and less like Monty Python? Tale of the Manticore is part dark fantasy audio drama, part solo D&D RPG. There's no plot armor here. The dice make all the important decisions. Join me as I resurrect the excitement, wonder, and emotion of old school D&D. Made for a mature audience, Tale of the Manticore is both a fiction and a game. It's the story where chaos rolls.
I can hear.
Hello.
Oh my!
Make
Oh,
the
yeah.
red
One
buttons
at a time.
unread.
There we are. 10 minutes goes by a lot quicker than we thought.
That's a lot of threes.
Yep.
But we did learn about ravens and raccoons
That's
on
true.
our break.
Indeed.
Don't leave your styrofoam coolers out.
Yeah.
Yep. Especially at the Grand Canyon.
Or let Sean around birds.
Birds.
Ugh.
Gross.
He will not be amused.
Just at all.
Not at all.
Like
They
even
might-
remotely.
They might get the Agdon treatment.
Oh.
I almost said that's my next wild shape is a big bird, but maybe I don't want to
Yeah.
do that actually.
Flying lizard.
Well,
Works the
between
same.
between him not liking it and him being really into him.
Oh yeah, maybe double no.
I like feather.
Yeah.
Featherine is. I mean,
You
she's
especially don't want to lay an egg around.
Yeah.
Let's face it, Featherine is an exquisite creature.
She's exquisite. I
Yes.
mean, like, it's
Discuss.
not fair.
Disgust.
She's got a giant pecker.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, here we go.
The biggest of all, to be honest.
Call it back to the beginning.
Yeah.
We've finally gotten away from peckers.
Right. And
Never get
eggs.
away from peckers.
Or so you thought.
This
Right.
is the reprise. of
Okay.
Episode 1.
So, just before the break, a small, about the size of a 5-year-old, little scarecrow with a pumpkin for a head and lobster claws for hands and moose sitting on top of his head has just run around from behind the bar and is standing there with hands on hips looking directly into Amaryllis's like soul.
With
So
his empty pumpkin eyes.
yeah,
Right? Yeah.
I kneel down and I say hello. What's your name?
And it just goes clap clap.
Okay. I'll scoop Moose off of Clapperclaw's head. I guess I don't know that he's Clapperclaw yet.
Mhm.
So I'll scoop Moose off of his head and put him in my pocket
Okay.
and then see if is that what he wanted me to do?
He does like a little jump, and when he does it, he does like the side heel thing, like
Okay.
claps his heels together.
Yes. Positive.
Is this specifically Cabaret Arte gestures or mime gestures?
Scratches his pumpkin head with his claw.
Mime.
What kind of feet does he have?
I'm just feet. I mean, like not. They look like little booties, is what they look like. Yeah, yeah.
Drink. I need another drink.
Yes, we will.
And Sue hands you another blood in the water.
Thank you.
Much obliged. You're welcome.
He's had a rough day.
Yeah, it seems so.
Should have worked through some shit.
What has happened?
It's just some personal issues
Yeah.
that he had.
You know, we might be able to talk about it eventually.
He saw some things and it brought up some bad memories and
Yeah.
stuff, you know.
Saw some things. How intriguing. This is why I love talking to adventurers. You never know what the conversation's going to turn into.
We don't either.
I'm still looking. I've now
Yeah.
sat down and I'm looking at Clapperclaw.
And Clapperclaw is like claws on hips, like looking right back at you.
Hey, Sue.
Yeah.
Where did he come from?
He just wandered in one day, and well, he hasn't left, so we decided that we ought to put him to work. So he's our busboy.
Does he talk aside from just...
Well, debatable.
Mr. Claw, can I do something?
He just turns around, turns back.
Can I do something to you that will be?
I'm not drunk enough yet, man.
No.
Drink.
But if you
This is
are
a
willing,
sick shot.
you are willing to have a conversation with us, perhaps this will make it simpler. But I won't do it to you if it's not something that you want me to do.
Okay. Shrugs his shoulders, tilts the big pumpkin head.
Discuss.
Right? Kind of straightens up his head a little bit and then, like, takes a really hard look at each one of you. Like, obviously assessing something about each one of you.
Does he smell like seafood? I'm just curious.
He does not,
Okay,
no.
cool.
No.
Les walks up and tries to give him knuckles.
And he just kind of, like, comes in like side claw.
Well, you know what? What I was going to do, I don't think I need to. I was going to cast friends, but if we're doing this naturally,
Well, he holds out a claw, opens it.
oh, this is a bad idea. But Okay.
Just before it reaches, he snaps his hand. And then he doubles over and he's laughing.
It's like a Pretty Woman
And-
moment.
Exactly.
With
Yep.
the box?
100%. Yes. And
Dude, 80s music just rang in my head.
I mean, they'd had Prince in that movie, so it's fine. So Clapperclaw doubles over, laughing, kind of like ha ha ha, and then straightens back up and is like, gives you a gesture. It's like, no, seriously though, like,
Hello.
does it again.
I still put my hand in my. But this time, all the rest, my head included, as I'm in the air, my head, the other arm, and the other two legs go into my shell. I fall. Yeah, right. See if I can freak him out.
Fantastic. All he does is he like lays on the floor and looks into your shell.
Oh no! I go ah, and I will do deception.
Deception versus insight. Hang on, I gotta find his.
I got
little...
a +7 on this.
Yeah, well, I feel like he's got something too with his gallows humor.
Oh, not that great. It's 14.
What is insight? Insight is wisdom based.
Yes.
Okay.
But I was in the air, and I brought up. I mean, like, so my shell falls.
Fell on
that's
the
left-
floor, yeah.
Right. All that's left is the arm.
Got you. Excuse me. What did you roll?
14. I have a +7, but I only rolled.
You got him. He believes that you are hurt.
Ah!
Oh yeah, yeah. He's
non-wahoo.
So what? Where he was just peering into the shell, now he's trying to like climb into it to see if you are okay or not, and like he just can't get his big pumpkin head through it.
Well, he sees a very small spot fireplace. He sees my beautiful little door.
Shell sweet home.
Yes.
Pinned to the wall.
I mean, like, all I need is my head, so it's just more of a
Mhm.
understanding. Well, hello. You seem to be very interesting.
You too.
You talk.
I mean, sometimes.
Oh, okay. That's fantastic. I know that these people here are fantastic individuals.
Fantastic. What?
The individuals.
Individuals.
For example, did you like that mouse on your head?
Well, it was a surprise.
You like surprises.
Sometimes.
This is good.
The right kinds of surprises.
Right.
Somebody tried to eat Clapperclaw's hands one time. It was no good surprise.
We definitely don't want to eat your hands.
No, it wasn't a good surprise.
So we're going to leave my beautiful establishment and come back to your.
It's a lot roomier in here than I thought it was going to be.
I know. Do you like the fireplace?
It's huge.
It's actually it's perspective.
Pause for dogs.
Excuse me. I have to open up my gate.
To let my dogs in.
Yes. Cannon.
Yes, of course.
I have 2 dogs.
Yes.
That you've
Where
never
are you,
seen.
little Come here.
What are their names?
There you go.
Taking care of on that side.
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Hold for dogs.
That was really funny though.
I do.
No, it wasn't. Okay.
I put my head out and he gets out of my little shell.
Okay.
Continue.
So Clapperclaw stands back up and just kind of like goes, whoo, kind of wipes the brow of the pumpkin and just kind of straightens back up and walks over to a table and starts clearing away dishes.
I walk over to him. Can I ask you a personal question?
He hands you a plate.
Oh, thank you.
They're just staring at each other.
What a little snack. Do you have to replace your pumpkin? Does it like go bad and you have to get new ones?
And he's like, replace. Oh, look at the camera.
Yeah.
Oh, and you fix the camera. You're giving away all of our secrets. Huh. That's better. Thank you.
Now there's only one Melinda.
Yes, thank God. Because more than that is not okay. Oh, okay. No problem. All right. So I'm sorry. What were you asking? Oh, about the pumpkin.
Have to replace the pumpkin? Does it go bad?
Just shakes his head. Whoa.
Okay, I was just curious. I'm going to finish the rest of this.
Hands you another.
No, just one was
He puts it back and like picks up some other stuff from the table and turns around and like carries it out to the back, and you hear a big clatter and like something terrible has happened in the back now, like he dropped all the dishes or whatever.
I
And
ate the balance plate.
yeah, right. Yeah, and Sue is just at the counter going, he just showed up one day and he started clearing tables, and he hasn't left. And I'm running out of plates.
Oh no.
So
They are delicious. I can understand why people keep eating them.
Okay. Yes. People keep eating them. Yes. That's definitely what happens. Mm-hmm.
Well, they leave little bits on there. It's extra flavor.
To so Sue, there's somebody else comes to the bar and she goes down to get them some drinks. And oddly enough, the people who had come to the counter were asking about the drinks that you all had, because nobody else in the tavern seems to be having any of exactly your drink. So she, they have a very hushed conversation, and she's like, yeah, okay, fine, good point. And she decides that she's going to mix up a drink for these other people, but she wasn't going to, is kind of what you're taking away from this exchange between her and another patron.
Special. Especially Divot, because he ordered it first. Extra special.
Yep.
After coming out of my shell,
yes,
I do see that Divot is a little bit. Some things have happened. If I can get him aside to the bar, I'd love to.
Yeah, I mean the table is yours.
Divot's had what, 4, 5?
4 of them. I mean, I suppose I should be asking for a con check. Give me a Constitution saving throw, sir. A saving throw, sir.
Olaf, where did your little bed get moved to? I don't like seeing you laying on the floor, you poor thing.
D20, right?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, D20.
And then add your con
2.
mod.
Is it a check or a saving throw?
That's the rules. 19 plus 2, so 21.
21. Fantastic. You're fine. You perhaps having these drinks this quickly around this new group of friends is giving you permission to not care so much about the way you're presenting yourself. It's kind of giving you that excuse to pretend to be drunk, like girls in high school did, or junior high, depending on when all that started for you.
I can see
that still do.
I still do.
Yeah. Divot, you went through some. I think you made the right choice. I just hope you know that.
I appreciate it.
I mean, yes, but how do you feel about it?
I got a new scarf.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I just didn't want you to think that the rest of us disagreed with your actions. I mean, I'm not speaking for the group, but it was an honorable duel, and the person that you thrown that scarf, escalated it. The joiner actually was dishonorable, even though that I had pushed that button, but you've won that. And I see that you're drinking the way that you are. I just want to make sure that you, what are your thoughts about it? It's fine.
Yeah. At first, a little, it went from being fun to being real.
Very quickly.
Yeah. But
I
he
don't think-
pushed.
I don't think that
and I
was
pushed
our
back.
fault. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
we're-
it was a simple pickpocketing exercise, and then followed by death. It was quite a left turn.
He pushed too hard.
Well, he doesn't get to push anymore.
Bevy, you've noticed the brands on Divot's arms sticking out from his sleeves?
Do I have any context of that?
Well, you would have seen.
there.
Yeah, you saw Agdon do it. These are bunny brands.
Yeah. Look. The scars are not just going to be emotional. You have physical ones. But remember, this is a new group. You fought for us, It was escalated, not on your own accord. It was not.
I pull my sleeves down and I say, look, what's done is done. It's over. I'm good. Leave it alone.
As I will respectfully order another blood in the water. This time I will pay. So it's from me, not from the house.
Right.
Whatever that is, I'll take it off. Actually, I'll order 2. A round for the men. And, of course, one for the ladies.
Thank you.
And a small thimble for Moose.
Small. You can have some cheese or some crackers.
Or both. Yeah. But I do check.
No, she said either or.
As I do walk past Divot, I'd like to look at a bottle, like to see his reflections as I'm walking past. The discussion is closed, and I won't bring it up again.
Yeah.
But I want to see if the discussion is closed.
So he looks back down at his scars.
Yeah.
He kind of pulls them back open and then just kind of brushes it closed and just like puts his head back to the drink.
Well, that's the information I get then.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. I think
I think he's still trying to figure it out.
Yeah,
And I'm
I think Divot's
I don't
strong.
think
I
he's
respect
caught up in
Divot.
it. I think he's just trying to figure it out.
Yeah,
It's been
yeah.
a very short period of time. He's just trying to go.
Yeah.
Like, is
Yeah,
am I
it happened,
supposed to
like-
be sad about this?
Yeah,
Like-
Yeah,
the
it happened like an hour ago.
Yeah, right. The
Yeah.
conversation is like too early, maybe.
Yeah,
you know,
and,
maybe
and
like-
also he's thinking about the repercussions to this because he's not an idiot. He knows that this is going to escalate and there could be problems, especially after talking to Susie.
Sue, yeah.
Sue, he gets the feeling that he may have got us all in trouble a little bit.
Remember, we were already trying to be robbed by these rabbits, and they didn't do a good job.
Sure,
so,
but he's under, he's
Yeah.
just thinking it through.
yeah.
That's some
So-
serious trauma.
But I mean, like, if you want to know, like, the internals of my character, trying to assure you that
course.
that I don't speak for the group, but I didn't think what you did was wrong.
Yeah, and you got to remember he's being a tough guy about it.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
that's
all
cool.
it is.
Yeah. A check-in.
guy.
It was 2 guys going. You
Yeah.
all right?
Yeah, good man.
Yeah.
Bring it in, Olaf. Bring it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aw,
You like the scarf?
little
That was
baby.
3 points of bludgeoning damage.
That you didn't move from. It was like hitting a mountain, by the way.
I only got 22.
Oh, Raj. It'll be all right.
That's the equivalent. Yeah.
Okay. So,
She'll hit me in the chest. We're good.
yeah,
Right, yeah.
right.
Because I might die.
Oh my gosh.
We won't have that.
Please don't kill Ryan.
Yeah, right.
He didn't even
Too many
move.
deaths.
All right. So, Sue, looks, I was going to say at her watch. That doesn't make any sense. Sue looks towards the twilight coming through the window because it doesn't really get any darker or brighter here in Pressmere since Zablina's absence. And she looks at the bar when it looks like patrons are slowly starting to peel off. Some are going upstairs, some are just going out the front door. And she looks to you all and says, the 5 rooms are available upstairs. It's getting on to the end of my shift here tonight, but I will be back in the morning. If you're still here, we can chat over breakfast before I start. Otherwise, it was lovely to meet you all, and I can't wait to run into you in the future.
For breakfast, don't do eggs. He's sensitive about eggs.
No eggs. Got it. Okay.
That's a good call, Trix.
I don't hear that.
Can I go around and help Clapper Claw bust the tables?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I'm gonna do
Absolutely.
that.
Have we established that he's Clapperclaw, like officially, or have we asked his name?
Not really officially, but yeah.
I'll help Pumpkinhead
The
bust the
pumpkin-
tables.
Peter Pumpkinhead, yeah. No
That's
problem.
great. I love that.
So you guys are busting the tables, and he's like zipping around. Like he's a zippy little dude. He's pretty quick. And he, despite what you guys have seen, you've seen him drop dishes twice. You've heard him drop dishes at least once out in the back. But as he's going to these tables, and like he really knows how to manipulate these 2 claws that he has for hands. And he manages to get a pretty decent stack of plates. And he walks past Trix, holds the plates out for like an extra second.
You want one for
I
dinner?
don't want to take your balance plate again. It's okay. Thank you.
And with that, he kind of moves away and takes the plates into the back. And you hear, him set a bunch of plates down. There's a whole bunch of rattling. Sounds like plates are about to fall, and then they get caught and like straightened up. You know how all of that noise is, right? And he comes back out, and Mary, he meets you at like the corner of the bar, and he takes all of the glasses and stuff that you've collected, and he takes them out to the back. And he comes back out, and he's got a little towel in his hand, and he stands with his hands on his hips, and he surveys the dining area, and it is clean. There are no dirty dishes on any plates. All the crumbs have been wiped away. And he just gives a visible exhale and looks at you all and says, "So, what are you doing?"
What are you doing?
I'm working. You all look like people who are up to something.
We're watching you work. You're doing a great job.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You're right, though. The plates are tasty here.
See? Told you guys.
We're looking for some lost stuff.
Lost stuff. That can only be in one place. Well, actually, it could be in two places, but I assume that you've already been to one of them since we're on the other side of the Brigand Tollway.
We've heard 3.
You've heard 3?
3 places.
What would be the third? There's with Bevlorna. There's with the bunnies.
My pumpkin
I
head
thought you
friend.
were going to say inside of his shell.
His heads are not yawn.
My pumpkin head friend.
Yes.
Do you know what a hag is?
Yeah, Scabatha, Bevlorna, and who's the other one? There was another one, wasn't it? When the 3 hags?
Mm-hmm.
There were. Hold on. I'll find it.
Have you heard of hags?
Control F. Search document.
Have you heard of hags?
Yes, of
and
course.
actually, I'll make a silent image. I'll expend the point, and like as I say the story of all of us, I'll paint it in the smoke.
Okay, cool. And as you...
Just to expedite, you know what I mean?
Sure, yeah. So you show the picture of how Bavlorna has been described to you. Kind of toad-like, giant eyes. She squats a lot, and she has skin so pallid it's green, and it's always kind of slimy, always a little wet. And any hair that she has is very wet and clingy to her all the time, kind of like seaweed. Gross.
Yeah, like as I like paint that, like in the air, all of you can see it. It's like that's my image that I'm creating.
Kind of Gollum hair.
Yeah,
then
exactly.
Then I blow it away and then bring up Les. Who's yours? You have one.
There's Scabatha.
Sorry.
Bevlorna, and
It's spicy,
It's
right?
spicy,
Yeah,
isn't
it got me. It got me because I needed to respond quickly. Ours is the same. I don't remember whose ours is.
I also don't remember. Sorry.
Gosh, I had my notes up and then
I didn't
exited.
write that down. I just wrote down the names of them.
The
and
other
who they
hag.
are.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scabatha, Bevlorna, and Endolin.
Endolin? Which
He
one's
knows. He knows Bavlorna, and he recognizes Scabatha.
yours? Yeah, as his image is in front of him.
Yep. And he says, "I know how to get to that one."
Which one do you point
Not pointing to Bavlorna, he's pointing to Scabatha.
I think sense of humor and creativity can wait. Perhaps we should go to them first.
Is ours Tabitha?
Yes.
Oh, I'm just hang on a second.
Gosh,
I
I
will double
cannot
check that as well.
remember.
Sorry.
No, you're okay. Amaryllis.
Because if we have a guide. No.
It is true, yeah. Well, it's just
yeah,
because
right.
of
Well,
the
that's all we
chapter.
have is we have a divot thing.
Yeah.
So we have.
But divot isn't a guide. though.
Amaryllis,
You don't know where you are.
Endolin has your things.
Endolin.
Yep. And
So Scabatha has yours then.
Holy shit! If we get him, that means he knows where he is.
Oh, that would be helpful.
It's super helpful.
Right? What a crazy thing.
You'd think I'd played D&D once or twice. I should have figured that out way early.
So Endolin has foreseen her death during an eclipse.
Mhm.
So we might want to figure out if an eclipse is nigh.
Is nigh. I like that.
Indeed.
Who has a farmer's almanac?
That's actually a really useful piece of information.
Scabatha the Nightshade.
Yes, Scabatha also has. I have it written down on
And
Divot, but I
Endlin Moongrave.
thought
Mountaintop
Divot
Theater.
and Bevy's stuff was in the same place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And by the way, me and Divot are completely okay with murking this person.
Scabatha has tricks. Has your stuff. Has your sense of
So
direction.
he knows where Scabatha is.
And Les.
He doesn't know Endolin, right?
Endolin.
Right, that's
Yeah.
the-
He doesn't recognize her.
Hola, this is ambitious.
What's he doing? Trying to turn around?
Trying to U-turn.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Sometimes you just got to pick him up and flop him around the other way.
You might have to lift and pivot.
Yeah.
No,
There he
He's
goes.
He's Olaf. He doesn't have any
bones.
No.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Zoe doesn't really bend a whole lot this way.
Yeah.
I mean,
2 for 1.
wow.
Baby.
That was quite a track, Olaf. It's kind of like the track we're on right now.
He does it every episode.
Yeah.
He does.
He goes down the line.
Specific.
Actually, this is the first time he went back. Usually he's like,
And then he just redoes the circuit.
Yeah.
Specifically, do we have to cross a plane to get to all Friends Head?
No. All you have to do is get back to the Queen's Way and then go through the fog. And not everybody can go through the fog, but I can get you through the fog.
Oh.
Didn't
How do
Jingle
you do
Jangle
that?
tell us about Clapperclaw? Yeah,
Mhm.
because I got notes about him that,
Yeah.
that he can help us
Mhm.
get around.
Has he noticed the key earring yet?
No.
Oh, I would be like.
Well, not specifically, but
I was told by a very amazing individual. She was fantastic. Jingle Jangle.
yes, Jingle Jangle.
Apparently a friend of yours.
Yes, very good friend.
Well, and I point to the key earring.
That's one of Jingle Jangle's keys?
Does it, by the way, does it actually look amazing with the hat? Because it's one of the world's best hats.
Well, I imagine it like on a hoop earring. Okay, so like back in the day, this is back in the day stuff. Janet Jackson used to wear the key. I don't know why I know this. It's my radio brain. She used to wear the key to a cage that they kept their rabbits in on her hoop earring.
Interesting.
Before she was like huge and like doing her own solo stuff and like away from the house.
And later on, she kept it on her nipple ring.
No, it was in her on her hoop ear. Yeah, it wasn't on the nipple ring. Didn't show up during the Super Bowl.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Specifically,
Beautiful. I love it.
would that be enough to convince you to walk us through this mist? Since you know the way.
I don't have to be persuaded. I am happy to help. I like to help. I mean, it might lead to your death, but
What
we'd be
a-
happy to get you there.
What an odd concept.
Huh?
What an odd concept
What's an odd concept?
to like to help.
Why?
Discuss.
No reason.
Wouldn't you? What don't you? Don't you like to help other people?
Sure.
I mean, why wouldn't you help other people?
I do.
People like kind of suck.
Well, some do, but most are pretty great.
Sometimes it depends on what you're helping them with. Because if you're helping someone to die and they're a really
That
shitty
sounds fun.
person,
Oh.
then see, you're being helpful and it's still fun. It's all perspective.
Les just looks at Clapperclaw for like confirmation.
I mean, takes a minute for him to get there, but he's like, I guess so, in a funny way.
You just said that you'd be happy to help us even if it leads us to our death.
Well, I
Kinda
mean,
the same
that's
thing,
just
right?
that's just my sense of humor. I don't want anything bad to happen to you.
Okay, that's better for us.
Usually.
How do you know how to get through the fog?
Ding, ding, ding. $10 question.
You know, I don't really have an answer.
Pumpkin sense.
Specifically.
Maybe it's just because I'm a little bit magic.
You're magic.
I'm magic. I mean, I'm made out of straw, and I have a pumpkin for a head and claws for hands. He goes clap, 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 clap.
I love those claws.
He's got pumpkin sense.
Pumpkin sense. I love that. Oh my.
You ever seen a pumpkin patch? A lot of times in the morning and at night they have fog over 'em.
Oh yeah, that's. I know what you're talking about. I get it.
And
The ambience.
before we go any further, what is your thoughts on average-sized small dragons?
Depends on the average-sized small dragon.
What if he's like really annoying?
Do you know Mr. Tolliver?
Sir Tulliver?
Yes.
I sure do.
That's the way he's talking about.
Do you like him?
I haven't ever had a reason to not like him.
All right.
He's always been very nice and very helpful.
This is what I see. It's like more like a communal tab. Really is what
that
we have.
key
here.
that Mary's wearing?
Yes.
That was the key that unlocked the cage when we found Sir Tolliver in.
That key freed Sir Tulliver?
It sure did.
Who caught him?
Lorna.
Probably something that we should have explored more.
The bad guy.
you know,
Evil villain.
just dawning on me right now. We probably should have.
He did tell you.
Probably
yes.
should have chased that lane down.
Yeah, no, he did tell you.
He told us it was Bad Lorna.
Yeah, but we should have chased it, like how he was caught, how it happened.
we know
Very,
Bad
very
Lorna's
magical.
Yeah.
I think we were dealing with the snakes and
Yeah,
there were a few
Yeah.
other things
There was some
happening
stuff
there.
going
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
We were discussing whether to help him at all.
Yeah.
Damn it.
It was the opening of the electric company. Hey, you guys.
But really, if you
Can't believe
guys
I didn't say
are
so.
just looking for a way to get over to Scabatha, I mean, I can help you.
All right. God, I play so many characters. Please, someone give me a betting. Oh, well,
There it is.
Would you be happier or sadder if she was no longer existent?
Who, Scabatha?
Yes.
Or Bavlorna.
Or the other one.
How about like,
Bavlorna.
in order, who would you like to die most?
Oh.
Dude, this is who we are.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, as the last drop of blood that is not dried hits the ground.
Yeah.
Who would you like to?
More like subtle about it though.
Who would you like to be
you
more
carry up the
less
floor.
alive most?
Less alive. Well, I mean, the truth of it is that there are people who think that once all of the hags are gone, then Pressmere goes back to normal. I don't know that it's going to be that easy. I mean, it's been pretty terrible since they did whatever they've done to Zablina. We don't know where she is. We don't know what happened. All that we know is ever since the Hourglass Coven got here, things have been the pits.
Well, that's just too bad.
That's the first time we heard the hourglass.
Hourglass. I was just
No, it's not.
We had
I got that
notes.
written down.
Yeah, we had notes in the Hourglass Coven.
So here, you know how to get to Scabatha. Would you happen to know where she keeps things that she takes from people?
I know a little bit more about like Tither than I know about Scabatha specifically. But if you are looking for where Bavlorna keeps stuff, I can probably help because I sneak in there all the time.
Because Scabatha took something of mine.
She took something of yours? What did she take?
Bavlorna's that's right.
I can't tell what direction I'm going.
Endolin's there.
She took your compass?
The one from inside my head.
She took your brains? She took my brains too.
Well, not the whole brain, just the compass part of the brain.
This is going to be one of our mercenaries that we're going to go kill shit with.
But that means that she took
He's a
something from
guide.
you, so we might be able to get your thing back
Yeah, I
too.
keep going and I keep looking and I just keep coming out with a different head and I just haven't found the right one.
Well, the one you have on looks very handsome.
Oh, thank you.
You're so welcome. Very fashionable.
You want your original head there.
What?
You want your original head.
I would like to have my original head back.
That seemed nice to you. So you've lost something as well.
Yes.
I have a question for you. Do these hags steal lots of things from people around here?
Well, see, there's a lot of like talk that I overhear because not everybody knows I can talk. So I get to hear a lot. And from what I understand, is that Mr. Witch and Mr. Light used to run a carnival that was only in the dark places. And they met up with a carnival from the light place. And they got switched. So Mr. Witch and Mr. Light are now on the light side. And there's somebody trapped with the dark one, and I don't know nothing about all of that. But what I can tell you is that the coven made a deal with Mr. Witch and Mr. Light. And when people go to the carnival and they misbehave, they're free game for the hags.
That's what we heard.
We've heard that before, yeah.
Because we snuck in.
Yeah, when we were kids, we all snuck in.
We didn't pay the fee.
Oh.
Yeah.
We're all missing.
That explains lots. So when you got to the carnival, what happened? Did somebody give you tickets?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you remember who it was?
A person with a name.
Wasn't it an elf?
Was it a halfling or a gnome?
I thought it was an elf.
Let me just do some research.
There was some butterfly wings involved.
That we didn't get.
I know. What the heck was
Yeah,
that all
that was
about?
some. That
We
was
didn't
some
get
crap.
a crown either.
Aw, shucks. Man, we're really just digging up a lot of old stuff from the beginning.
We're definitely not the shined upon party.
It wasn't Darla Rung, was it? She was the lost property.
Eliwick
I believe
Tumblestrom.
She,
Eliwick.
yes, I believe she was a elf.
Yeah. I don't know what race she was, but her name is Eliwick Tumblestrom.
She was not very nice.
And
She was very nice to Trix, if I remember
I was gonna say
correctly.
our friend Trix had a little
A little flirty sesh with her.
Yeah.
They made
I was
beautiful
gonna-
music
I was
together.
gonna say love sesh, but I thought that was not correct.
It was a fade to black moment.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
It was. Just give me a second. I'm just trying to find out
With our
Just like Betty
serenading.
wanted to have a Swanderla.
that little
Yeah,
But it was
detail.
not canon yet.
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 The feasting orchard. Eliwick Tumblestrom is a gnome.
No.
Aw, man.
And I
that
do
was
still have
so
the
not on my
details on
list.
everybody's rows.
A gnome bard.
I have details on my rose.
I got everybody's written down.
Nice.
He
Not the
guts
full
everybody.
damage, but
And he goes, listen, why don't you guys go get a good night's sleep? And in the morning, I'll get you at least as far as the Soggy Court. And then, when you get inside to Bavlorna, there's something special that I need you to find. And I will tell you about it in the morning.
Is it your head?
It's not my head, but it's
that's a
something
Scabatha.
very valuable. And Clapperclaw thinks that you guys might be the right people to get it.
We sure are.
And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode.
All right.
It's butter, isn't it? It's butter.
Yeah. And garlic.
It makes everything better.
Sweated on
Clarified butter.
Especially that lobster ham.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Nom, 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 nom,
Oh
nom.
man, it took me too long to get there.
Aw.
I'm ashamed of myself.
Oh, no. So embarrassed for you. Oh,
am.
my goodness.
Blame it on the
was
mezcal.
right. It was such.
Right.
It was such a softball.
It was right there.
Yeah.
Lobbed it out there.
Wow.
And nothing. Okay, but anyway, but we are Wizards and Wine. Thank you for joining us here tonight, taking the time. We really do appreciate it. Next Monday, we are going to go back to the Halifax table. The gang's all back together again, and everybody has power. Everybody has internet. I don't know what else has been happening with those girls up there, but my goodness. So they're back next Monday, and we'll be back to the Vegas table here in 2 weeks.
One thing real quick.
Yeah.
Got to shout out to my son Brian. It's his birthday.
Oh, happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
I told him I would do a shout out on the show.
Yay!
That's fantastic.
Absolutely.
Glad you remembered.
Very happy birthday. But from our table to yours, thank you so much for joining us. Always carry a D20 because you never know when you're going to need initiative. And always, please, drink responsibly. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers.